Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Donna here. I'm going to be working on a little bit different project today. It is a wreath, but it is a candy cane wreath. I went to the Dollar Tree the other day and picked up two of these candy cane forms, and I'm going to see if we can use the bubble method on the candy cane form and make a bubble wreath candy cane. I don't have a whole roll of mesh. I have just a partial roll, so we're going to see if we can make this stretch to make it all the way up and around the candy cane. If you see this video, you know it went all the way around the candy cane. So I'm going to not waste too much of your time. I'm going to get us down on the desk and we're going to get started. What you're going to need is your form, your mesh, some pipe cleaners, and I'm going to be using whole ones this time. And the reason is that I'm going to be wrapping these two, okay, and they are further apart and more difficult to get a half of a pipe cleaner around, so I'm going to be using a whole one, and then after I'm all done I can turn it over and trim them so that they won't be so long on the back. So you'll need the pipe cleaners, you'll need a wire cutter, and a couple of zip ties. So let's get started and see if we can do a bubble candy cane. Be right back. Okay, I'm going to start with the mesh, and like any wreath we start with just gathering the top. And there's lots of little pieces hanging off the end of this. Let's give it a haircut. And I'm going to put it right over the end of this frame using a zip tie. What I will do is, it will still slide on the frame, is then stick this down through the frame to the back and pull this back down and tighten it as much as I can. Okay? And we will fix that at the end. Alright, now let's begin with some bubbles. I'm going to do, I think, 10-inch bubbles, and I don't know how many I will get in one section. It is really kind of awkward to use a full pipe cleaner. I'm going to pull it right up tight, hold it with my thumb, and give a twist. If you saw my little home tour that we did the other day, you saw that I was having a party that night, and you saw some of the decorations, and I have to tell you, I sold the wreath that was hanging in the kitchen right off the wall. So now I need to get another wreath for my kitchen. I'm actually in the next section right now. Doesn't hold too many in one section. Let me try a half of one. I found it rather difficult, but that's really wasting those pipe cleaners. Let's see if we can work with a half. Oh, that one wasn't too bad. But if you push down on your thumb to hold it tight to the frame, then you can get a twist. Try that again. Now I think you might be able to do this with just the 10-inch mesh on this frame, but what you need to do is to try and just make sure that your bubble, now see, this is what's hard about the half, is getting enough of a grip to get a good twist on it. Excuse me. You want to make sure that when you open your bubble up, as I'm doing here, that it's going to spread out far enough to cover the frame. Obviously this one will, but looking pretty good. I'm going to put one more in that section. I think. Yep. And you see, I haven't got a lot to hold on to. I have to pull it very tight, hold it with my thumb, and then I can get enough to make a twist. And of course this isn't true candy cane color. Well, it is red and white, but I mean it's not the wide stripes like you would see. But then nowadays candy canes seem to come in every color in the rainbow. So you could make it whatever fits your color scheme. Now before I do that, let me just cut a couple more here instead of having to stop each time. Okay. going to be close. Push that down. Give it a twist. Well, if I can turn this to go around the corner without knocking everything off my table, it will work out just fine. On Friday, I'm going to put up a little video. There's a collaboration on one of the channels that I watch. I don't know how many of you out there watch it. I watch the Moss Family TV, and it's just a young family. I'm old enough to be their grandparents and great-grandparents to the kids. But in the fall, in the month of October, she hosts a collaboration of fall foods. And so I thought I would just put up a little video on a fall food. I don't do too many cook with me videos. I cook all the time, but I don't do too many of them on camera. We're making it almost. So I will have a video up on Friday morning on my channel, and then she's supposed to pick it up when I comment on hers and put it on her playlist. But I do like those kind of videos because, especially when it's a new season, and you can show the holiday foods. Don't you just love holiday foods? I love food, obviously, but holidays you make things you don't normally make. And as much as I hate going to a grocery store, and I use Walmart pickup almost exclusively, it is kind of fun to go into a grocery store this time of year because they have things they don't normally have other times during the year. You can see the back of it. You know, I think this is going to be like, do you believe it? Perfect. Oh, come around there. And I'm sorry, I can't tell you how much mesh I actually used because I don't know how much mesh was left on this roll. But I can tell you how many bubbles I had. Wow, this is going to be a stubborn one just because it's the last one. Now what I'm going to do is take the pipe cleaner on this last one and just wrap it around the rail at the end, and that will hold it in its shape. I'll get another zip tie. Bring this around the bottom. I'm using the same 2 rails, maybe. Yep. Whoop. Nope. That one is not tight. Let's see if, tell you what I'm going to do. Of course I wrapped it around the rails. I'm going to put a full one. Okay, we're going to do this again. I don't like this ending piece here. And I will take this one and wrap it around here. Take this one, wrap it around here. and just bring this over Okay, we're going to figure this out here sooner or later. I didn't get all the pieces in here. If at first you don't succeed, don't throw it away. And if I didn't want to cut this tie, I'd cut it by mistake. If I want to cut the tie, it won't cut. Okay, now let's see. Let's get this, let's leave this alone for right now. And get this puffed out the way it should be. I'm trying to see if I can pull it through right under this last bubble, because when I pull it around the end, it is pulling the bubble away from the end of the frame. So we're going to try something else. That's better. That's better. You know, if you keep on keeping on, it'll all work out in the end. There we have candy cane. Let me move the camera up a little bit so you can see it. Pretty good. Now I have okay, there you go. I'm hanging it on the wall where my fall wreath was during my house tour. That was sold off the wall, so obviously it won't stay up there right now, but this is probably where I'll use it for the Christmas season, because the kitchen and the living room behind me are done in red and golds. So that came out really cute. And I have another form, so I'll make another one. Next one I'm going to make with 10-inch mesh and see how that works out. And we'll probably use the sign on that. But I like the bow on this. The only thing with the 12-inch mesh is it's big, and the bubbles are big, but you still get the shape of the candy cane. I love it. I think it really came out cute. And it really, I counted, I have 16 bubbles, and I made each one 10 inches. So that's 160 inches. And 12 feet would be 144. So it's about 13 feet of mesh. And 3 into 13 would be not quite 4 yards, I would say, out of a 10-yard roll. So let's say half a roll between 4 and 5 yards. So that's all I have for you today. It was a short and sweet, but I think it came out really cute. I'm loving it. And I love the bow on it. It really looks cute on the curve of that candy cane. So until I come back again, I know I'll be back Friday for the little fall food festival. But if I'm not too busy, I will make another wreath maybe Thursday. The next wreath is going to be a ruffle wreath using 10-inch mesh. So I will see you then. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please subscribe. If you're not subscribed, give me a thumbs up. And if you are subscribed, I thank you so much for all of my subscribers. I am having so much fun looking at the new names coming. I do try to answer all comments, sometimes just with a heart, but if you ask a question, I usually answer it. So give me a comment. I love to hear your comments. And I will see you again shortly. And until then, everybody play nice now. Bye-bye.